It was a cold Friday evening, and I was drained from the week's relentless grind at work. My body ached, my mind was foggy, but I pushed myself to stay up. Laura, my wife, had insisted on having some friends over, just a casual gathering. She'd said. I didn't want to disappoint her. I told myself I'd stay for a while, then quietly retreat to the bedroom. When her friends arrived, the atmosphere quickly filled with chatter and laughter. Laura was in her element, the center of attention, telling stories, cracking jokes, her eyes sparkling under the warm lights of our living room. I tried to join in at first, but the exhaustion made it hard to keep up. Instead, I sat back and watched, feeling more like a spectator than my own home. The drinks flowed freely. I noticed how Laura's laughter grew louder, more exaggerated. Her friends egged her on, encouraging her to be more outrageous. She soaked up their attention, almost like she needed it to breathe. Then came a moment that changed everything. One of her friends made a sarcastic comment about relationships, and Laura laughed too hard. Her eyes flicked toward me with a mischievous glint, a spark I hadn't seen in a long time. And then, without warning, she slapped me across the face. It was sharp, sudden, and stinging, louder than the laughter. Her friends howled. Some hooted, others whispered things like bold and hilarious. But I was stunned. My cheek burned and my heart sank. I looked around the room. No concern, no empathy, just amusement. I was the punchline, a spectacle. I stared at Laura, searching for remorse, for anything human behind her eyes, but she just smiled as if proud. Come on, it's just a joke, she said lightly. But I couldn't laugh, not then, not ever. I excused myself and walked to our bedroom, locking the door behind me. In front of the mirror, I touched my cheek, still warm and red, and asked myself, how did it come to this? When had my marriage turned into a stage for humiliation? When had the woman I once loved become someone willing to hurt me for applause? I thought about all the signs I had ignored, the emotional distance, the coldness, the way she stopped asking about my day, the late nights, the whispered calls, the dismissive glances. I had told myself it was just stress, temporary. But that night made it clear she didn't respect me. She didn't love me. She used me. And worse, she enjoyed seeing me diminished. Sleep never came that night. My mind spiraled through memories, disbelief, anger. That slap wasn't just a physical hit. It was a symbol of everything broken in our relationship. The next morning, I sat her down and told her exactly how I felt. I looked her in the eye and said, I won't let you treat me like a joke. Not in front of your friends. Not ever again. She rolled her eyes, arms crossed, cold as ice. You're overreacting, she said flatly. It was just a slap. Get over yourself. And in that moment, whatever hope I had left inside me shattered. There was no remorse, no apology, no understanding, just dismissal. I knew then I had to protect myself. I had to reclaim my life. I filed for divorce. The process was brutal. Laura fought back with venom, painting me as the villain. She spread lies to our circle, twisted the story, made me out to be the weak one. But I didn't fight fire with fire. I stayed calm. With the help of a good lawyer, I made sure things were fair. She got what was hers, but no more. I wasn't going to let her walk away with more than she deserved. Not emotionally, not legally. Months later, when the papers were signed and everything was final, she reached out, said she wanted to talk, to fix things, to come back. But I had moved on. I told her with full clarity, you crossed a line you can't come back from. I'm rebuilding my life now, stronger, wiser, and with no room for disrespect. That slap was a painful wake-up call, but it saved me. It pushed me out of denial, forced me to face what I had refused to see. I learned that respect is not optional in a relationship. Without it, love doesn't stand a chance. Walking away was the hardest thing I ever did, but it was also the best. I reclaimed my dignity, my peace, and my future. And now, I'm proof that no matter how deep the hurt goes, you can rise from it. Stronger, smarter, wiser. As for Laura, I made sure she regretted what she did. Not through revenge, not with bitterness, but by living a life that's better without her. That's the real victory.